Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be working on my motorcycle. The clutch master cylinder rather, has given up the ghost. A couple of days ago went to start it and drive it and there was no clutch, and found all the fluid had leaked out. On further inspection, the seal at the bottom where the plunger goes in for the handle was leaking, so I was going to get to replace all the rubbers inside and repair it that way, until I found out the price of a kit, which was about £40. I just found online a set of master cylinders for the clutch and the brake for £44 complete, brand new. And here there's a little bit of damage on this one and here on the end of the lever, so I might as well change them. So today I'm going to change both, seeing how this one goes first, and we'll see how we get on. So without further ado, we shall get on with it. So this is the package I received from all the way from China. It turned up looking like this, so I don't hope it's going to be okay. I'll just open it up and see what we've got. Well, looks like we've got both. A shot of that. And which one's which? That looks like the clutch one. Oh, shiny one. It's not bad. It looks similar. We shall see. Yeah, it looks very nice. And we've got, now that seems to be in a different position for the mirrors, and we have a brake one as well. Again, nice and shiny. Just because they're shiny doesn't mean they're good, so we'll wait and see if the jury will be out on that one until they're in. So we'll get on and fit the clutch one first, see if we can rectify the clutch fault, and then take it from there. Yeah, for those interested, this is a Suzuki VS 800 Intruder. It's about a 1996 model, and I rebuilt it about 5 years ago. And it's all the way from California, so it's the Californian model. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this mirror so you can see what's going on, and that's got it. 5mm Allen key to loosen up this bracket. With it. So now loosen it up and slide it up slightly. So now I need a cloth, because I don't want brake fluid spilling down onto the tank or any of the paintwork. So I've got a cloth there. I'm just getting this nut on the banjo. 12mm nut. That's got it. Take this off the rest of the way. That's the cap off. Now underneath here there is a clutch switch which appears to be broken. Wire's broken, so ideal time to do something about that as well. And I shall take this off. It's clever. The crush washer just ended up on the floor. I'll give this a little bit of a clean up and repair this, and then we shall get on. Right, I've cut that back, cleaned that up a little bit because it was a bit on the grubby side. I've stripped the end of the wire. I have here some heat shrink which I'm going to put on, which will go over the lot like that. So I've got this spade terminal. I'll just put that on there. It will be alright for a little while until I can replace it. In the meantime, I'll squeeze it down. That's good. And a little bit of heat shrink over that to the end, so that it insulates it a little bit, and pull this back over like this. I shall shrink that down, and that should be good to go. Excellent. There we are. Sealed from the elephants. Okay, now it's time to fit. I've got one here. Looks like it does fit. Let's put this on. Does it work well? Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. Don't know if that cable is going to be long enough. That's going to be fun. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosely bolt this on so that it is facing upright, so that I can bleed it and fill it without spilling. That'll do, and I can bleed it like that. That is now level, so that I can fill that up, bolt this on, and then when it's bled through, I'll bring it back down to here and bolt it on correctly. I'll just connect this pipe here, the little washers. See, you have a washer on the banjo. I'll just put that through there, and that on there, and then that bolts on the back. Make that nice and tight. And take off the top. There should be a little rubber dust cover thing in here. There it is. Have that out of there. There it is. The next thing we need is some brake fluid. Just top this up. I'll just cover the tank like that, just in case. Should be okay, but you never can tell. So I've got some .4 there. I've taken the cover off the bottom. I shall just open the valve, and I have this, which I'm going to connect this tube to the bleed nipple, and just let that run through. And slowly bleed it through. The level appears to be dropping in here, which is good, which means it's slowly bleeding through. I'll just let gravity do the work, making sure to keep this topped up. And I have got this, which is a vacuum pump. I'm going to connect that to my bleed system and use that to draw the fluid through. As you can see, I've got the pipe connected to the bleed nipple there. I'm going to connect my vacuum tester and gently squeeze that up. And draw it through. And when the air stops coming out of here, I shall tighten this up. And that's tight. And I'll see if we have a clutch. Not yet. Doesn't seem to want to bleed. Still no clutch. Nothing. So I just slid this down to where it should be. I'm just going to tighten it up. Try bleeding it over and over and over again without a lot of success. So I think this may be a two-part video, because I think I'm going to have to take off the slave cylinder. Even though the old one was leaking, and that's where I thought the fluid had gone, I think maybe the slave cylinder has got a problem as well due to standing, because it's not building up any pressure. I have bench bled this as well, and it is holding pressure, but it doesn't seem to be moving the slave cylinder at all. So it looks like it's going to be a wait for another part, and then that will happen in part 2, where hopefully this will be an operating machine. But as you've seen, we've just swapped this over. I filled it up. All I've got to do now is change the slave, or get the slave out and have a look to see why that's not working correctly. And as soon as I get the parts, we'll be back on this as a part 2. And next time we'll change the brake master as well, and that should be end of job. So thank you very much for watching. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to finish this one at the moment, but that's the way things go sometimes. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye now.